Hey guys, it's Tina and welcome to my channel where I ask you to picture what financial freedom looks like to you and we talk about ways to make it your reality. One of the most important principles for achieving financial freedom is being able to delay gratification and to experience some self-sacrifice now so that later on you can have the freedom that you truly long for. So today I want to talk about 5 things that my husband and I, or my family and I, gave up in order to be in the financial position that we're in today. The first one of those is eating out. We loved going out to restaurants and we loved going to the bar, to be perfectly honest with you, until we realized how incredibly poor it was making us. So for about 3 years, we did not really see the inside of a restaurant unless it was a special occasion like a birthday, or unless we were in a situation where we were kind of strapped for time and we hadn't properly meal planned that week. And in that situation, it was frequently fast food or something really inexpensive, sometimes even just going to the grocery store and grabbing some of their pre-made meals. But yeah, not going to the restaurants can really make a big difference. And frankly, even fast food can cost a family of 4 or $40, which blows my mind because it's not very delicious either. So again, cutting out, eating out. And another sidebar on that, if you do this and you really begin cooking, you will find that you'll actually prefer not to eat out as often, because it has come to my understanding that in some cases I can cook a dish better than what I'll get at a restaurant, which might sound crazy, but my cooking has improved so much in the last few years that there are certain restaurants I don't even go to anymore because I can make everything on their menu better than they can. So number 2, no more browsing the end cap. So this was probably my go-to leisure activity when I was bored and I had nothing better to do. I would go browse the end caps, especially at Target, and I have probably saved a tremendous amount of money by discontinuing that habit. And I would also say that after I went through the KonMari method, much of those items got labeled as junk in my house and ended up going into the garbage or into a donation pile or into a garage sale pile. So just be aware that that habit is not only detrimental to your financial future, it is absolutely going to lead to a lot of clutter in your house that one day you're going to have to deal with. So just save yourself the hassle and don't go there to begin with. Number 3, big vacations. While we were in our debt-free journey, we made the decision to really stick to camping and to road trips. So we ended up hanging out at friends' houses, visiting nearby states, and doing the very cost-effective camping trips where you're paying for, pretty much camping gear, any excess camping gear above and beyond what you already have, and then the food that you'll need while you're out. So some of these trips only cost like $50 and you get 4 days out in the wilderness. So bring your camera for those trips because they are a true adventure and a great way to save money while you're in your debt repayment journey. The next one I have on my list is, and this one was hard for us, but excuse me, discontinuing investing and reducing how much we put to our retirement savings. I will admit this is one area where I have disagreed with Dave Ramsey. I should probably do a video on the things I disagree with him on, but this is one of them. We didn't completely discontinue retirement savings. We made sure that we still did the minimum to get the dollar for dollar match that our companies offered. However, we did discontinue all other investment and savings until our debt was paid off. And then we began to resume those practices once our debt was fully paid off. That was a difficult one for us to swallow because there is always that argument of, well, you could be earning greater interest on your investments than what you have to pay into your creditors. But the truth is the risk that debt carries with it in terms of the fact if something happened to your employment, just the havoc it could wreak, it just wasn't worth it for us. So absolutely, we stopped those investments down to what was the bare minimum that our companies would match. Well, I guess I would say up to the maximum of what our companies would match. And then we resumed again once our debt was paid off. And then last, but most definitely not least, we had to sacrifice that feeling of, I deserve it. I can't tell you how many times I spent a boatload of money, usually eating out, but in a lot of other ways too, because I felt like I deserved it. I had a stressful job. We had a lot going on. We work hard for our money. We deserve it. Probably my greatest culprit for that, for me personally, is my love for luxury accessories. I have a collection of designer handbags and designer sunglasses and a few pieces of designer jewelry that I really told myself I deserved. I worked so hard. I got my bonus. I should be able to buy myself a Louis Vuitton handbag with that bonus money because I wasn't buying it on credit. But in the end, I really had to sort of like shut that part of myself down and say that the greater good is getting rid of the debt. And ironically, in the end, I even sold off a few of those designer handbags in order to throw extra money at the debt that we had at that time.